Bathurst has been a place that I've wanted to go to since I was a kid. Watching on TV with my uncle Gary, the earliest memories of my life I can remember watching Bathurst. You know, it's always been one of those just sacred places that you think you'll never get to in real life to drive it, especially competitively. And so, you know, when the opportunity came up to race there, it was, yeah, it was a no-brainer, had to do it. So yeah, Bathurst is a really high risk, high reward place. You know, you're going flat out across the top of the mountain, you know, right against the concrete wall, no margin for error, no runoff. You make a mistake, you know, you lose traction and you're in the fence. So, you know, you've got to drive it accordingly, but at the same time, you know, I'm going to be going for, you know, to go as fast as I possibly can. So, you know, it's going to be one of those places where you've got to treat it with a lot of respect, but to go flat out around there for one lap or, you know, several laps at a time, right at the limit of grip, that's going to be pretty amazing. So this year I've competed in the Queensland Production Cars Championship. We've competed at Queensland Raceway and Morgan Park. Previously in the car I've competed at Lakeside with Replica Tours. So I bought this car back in January of 2022 and took roughly a year to get it ready. Did its first laps at Morgan Park as a test day, and then I did a round at Queensland Raceway at the end of the year. Had no stickers on it, stock suspension, stock everything. The only thing it had, I think, was a set of brake pads and a set of tyres. And since then I've done 2 full seasons of Queensland Production Cars. Did 2023, where I got 2nd in class and 4th outright. This year I'm again running 2nd in class and 2nd outright for the year. And we race at Queensland Raceway, Morgan Park. We do endurance rounds, we do sprints. So I've been getting used to the car, getting used to racing again in a car and not a kart. To get the car ready, just got to go over everything, nut and bolt check. We're going to take the gearbox off and check a few bits and pieces there. It's such a long way to go and it's quite an expensive track to go to compete at, so I want to make sure everything's right. I've got a lot of spares ready to go, spare arms, spare drive shafts. So yeah, just got to make sure everything's perfect before we go there. So what got me into racing was my uncle raced cars for many years. He raced a classic Holden Tirana, and I used to go to the racetrack with him and help him in the pits. So ever since then I've wanted to do some kind of racing, and the budget just wasn't there to do it. You know, I had kids early. Only recently I've got myself into a position where I can do this. As soon as I saw that there was entry for Bathurst, you know, that was like a sacred place, never thought I'd get there. And the fact that I'm able to go there and race competitively is kind of like a dream come true. So I can't wait. It's only 4 weeks away, and yeah, it's going to be amazing. So we started the weekend on Friday for practice. Unfortunately, 3 laps in we blew an engine. And so it was a mad dash to get another engine from Oreca, put it in on Friday, and we had it back here at the track by 7. Obviously that meant that I missed qualifying. So started rear grid for race 1, and that was going okay for the first couple of laps, but because we don't have the oil cooler hooked up, because obviously an engine blew up through it, we didn't hook it back up again, so the car was getting really hot oil temps. So it went into limp mode halfway through the race, and so anyway we just had to limp it through the rest of the race. And yeah, I'm not risking putting the oil cooler back on. You know, I've thought about flushing it and putting it on, but I have had some advice from people not to do that. So yeah, so we're just got the ECU to ignore the oil temp and just keep going regardless of what temperature it gets to, and you know, we just figure we'll change the oil if it gets muddy. So anyway, all good. 3 races today, and we'll see how we go. Well, weekend all done here at Bathurst. First time racing at the mountain, and after Friday not thinking I was going to get another lap after only doing 3, to finish all 4 races and have the last 2 be able to run non-stop without the oil temperature issue, absolutely unbelievable. You know, I was able to fight for position for some of the RX-8s and move up the field, and just this place is absolutely magic. And you know, I was sneaking up on lap time, but you know, still building confidence around the place because this place is wild. But yeah, fantastic, and can't wait to get back here again. And yeah, at the moment you can't really wipe the smile from the face. So also, I just want to say a massive thank you to my crew here this weekend. Josh has been a massive help. Ben and Steve Jagger, who came down to help me with doing the engine change as well on Friday. My son Riley doing video for the weekend. Stanley, my wife, Bastian, having them all here has been amazing. And everybody who reached out for support after I did the engine, you know. the guys from A1 Towing getting me out on track again by letting us use their workshop, and just the team atmosphere and the camaraderie to help me get back on track has been absolutely unbelievable. And you know, I couldn't have done it without the support. So owe it to you guys, has been fantastic, and yeah, thank you very much.
Morning.